In this video, I want to show you how to generate the printouts that are necessary for your first project. And there are only a couple printouts you need. You need a histogram, you need some descriptive statistics, and you need some box plots. You need 2 box plots. So let me show you the first thing I want you to do this semester. Before you do any printouts, I want you to be able to get to some data analysis that's already written into Excel. Now, I've already got it loaded on my computer, but I want to make sure you have it on yours. I am in the application gateway. You may not be. You may be elsewhere. I'm in the application gateway version of Excel. First thing I'm going to do is go to the file menu here. Whoops, do it again. And I'm going to come down to where it says options. When I go to the options, I'm now going to go to add-ins. And I'm going to go down to the bottom where it says manage and hit go. And I want to make sure that the data analysis toolpack and the analysis toolpack -VBA are both selected. I want you to add those into your Excel version. I don't know that they come loaded automatically, so I want to make sure you have access to those add-ins. Now, when you come over here to data, you should have a data analysis option over here that we'll go into in a little bit. But that's the first step. So get access to those analyses. Second step, let's go ahead and all right, second step, we're going to go and start with our first printout. So I want you to highlight your prices. We need a histogram of the prices, and then I want you to go to insert. Click on insert and come over to this little icon here. There's a little down arrow, and then just click on the histogram. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to come in here, and the chart title, I'm going to go ahead and change it to prices. And that should be good enough. That's the prices of my 75, I should have mentioned I have 75 homes, 75 sizes, 75 locations. But this is the printout that I want you to copy and paste, or maybe use a snipping tool, or I'm on a PC, whatever the Mac version of that is, and I want you to take that and transfer that over into your Word document, into your project document, and that's what you're going to be using to answer the question that asks about the shape of your prices. The second printout we need, so let me slide this guy over here. The second printout we need, which is really question 5, I need some descriptive statistics. So now again, I'm working with the prices, so I'm going to highlight the prices. Now I'm going to go to data. I'm going to go over to that data analysis, and when you open this up, it's going to give you a whole bunch of different things. We want descriptive statistics. I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to ask for the input range. I'm going to go, and apparently by doing that it didn't allow me to do this. So I'm going to say A1 through, I should have 75 observations, so it should come down here. A little bit of a lag when I'm doing this on my computer while I'm filming. It should go down to the 76th row, because the first row was the label. I'm going to say labels in the first row. I'll check that. I'm going to put output range. I'm going to click here, and I'm just going to have it set the descriptive statistics here, wherever you want. I'm going to ask for the summary statistics, and I'm going to hit OK. Now when you do this, it's going to go ahead and do a lot of the math that I need you to do. In your project, I asked for the sample size, which we'll refer to as the count. You got that? There's your 75 observations. I asked for the mean, the median, the standard deviation. The mean, the median, the standard deviation is this one. It's not the standard error, it's the standard deviation. I asked for the minimum and the maximum. So that's what you need. However, I also asked you for the quartiles, both the first and the third quartile, and this software doesn't give it. So to get the first, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type the words first quartile, and then right underneath it I'm going to type third quartile, and I'm going to come over here, and now because the data analysis won't do it, we're going to use one of Excel's functions. I'm going to put equal, and I'm going to say QUAR, and it's going to start to pop up. There we go. We got a couple. I'm going to quartile.exe. I'm going to click on that, and it asks for an array of values. It's going to ask which values do you want to figure out the quartile for, and then it's going to ask for the quartile, and you can put in 1, 2, or 3. I want the first quartile and the third quartile because I'm in the first quartile row. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I'm just going to do the numbers now. I'm not going to do the label, but I'm going to do A2 through A, come on now. I'm going to do through A, and it didn't allow me to do it, so I'm going to do through A76, and I'm going to put a comma, and I'm going to put the first quartile. So I'm going to put 1. I'm going to close the parenthesis, so look at that, A2 through A76, those are my prices, and I want the first quartile, so I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to tell me the first quartile of my data set is 325,000, and I'm going to do the same thing here. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy, and I'm going to paste this here, and then I'm going to have to go in. Now it's because I pasted it to another row, it changed things. So I'm going to go A2 through A76, right? And I'm going to ask for third quartile, and I'm going to hit OK. And that's going to be the third quartile. And you know, in the project this semester, I ask you to interpret the third quartile. So to make this look a little prettier, you don't have to do this. I'm going to go back to the Home tab, and I'm going to take this border out. So I'll say no border there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a border in towards the bottom here. Again, you don't have to do this, but it's going to look a little nicer. All right, and then this is what I'm going to copy and paste over for the second printout, which is question 5. I'm going to copy and paste that for question 5, and I'm going to answer questions. I'm going to interpret the mean. I'm going to interpret the third quartile. I'm going to interpret the standard deviation. I'm going to use some numbers here, calculate the z-score, and then go ahead and interpret whether that's an outlier or not. And so that's the second printout that I need. And then the last printout is really 2 printouts. It's the box plot. And so again, I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab the prices, and I think I can do it this way with a box plot. I'm going to go back to that Insert tab. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do a box and whisker plot. And these are my prices, so I'm going to call these my prices. You can pretty this up as much as you want. But there's the box plot for my prices. And then I'll do the same thing, except now I'm going to use my sizes. And in your notes, you're going to notice, in the project, you're going to notice I call it size/mileage. It depends which data set. If you're working with the homes like I am, or the apartments, you have a size variable. If you're working with the automobiles, you'd be working with the mileages. But I'm going to do the same thing. I'll do insert. I'll go over and I'll grab the box plot. And did it put it right on top? It did. So I'll come over here. Again, there's a little bit of a lag when I do this, and I will change this to, these are my sizes. And so I'll put them side by side here. Let's see. Put that one here. Put this one right underneath it. This lag's killing me. I know it's killing you. And then I want you to tell me, and I'll zoom in here a little bit. Come over. I want you to tell me how many outliers you have in each of these. I want you to tell me how many outliers you can identify. So I can identify 3 outliers in my sizes. I can identify 2 outliers in my prices. And so those are the plots you need. Go through that process, do that earlier in the semester as opposed to later, and you're going to be in pretty good shape. I'll come back in another video and talk about what I'm expecting, kind of a discussion of the project itself, what I'm hoping for, but here's how you generate your printouts. And so beginning in the semester, go ahead and generate your printouts. And then as I go through the topics with you, as I talk about graphing, as I talk about the descriptive statistics, the numerical descriptions of data, as I talk about identifying outliers, you can go ahead and do those parts in your projects. And I should point out, you won't use it necessarily in this particular example. We won't be talking about the variance or the sum, but you see this E plus 10, that's Excel's way of writing scientific notation. So it's 4 times 10 to the 10th power. This is 3.3 times 10 to the 10th power. That's what that E plus and then the number represents. It's scientific notation. So if you have questions on generating printouts, you know how to get hold of us. We'll be happy to help. Good luck.